Here at the 2012 ACC Operation Basketball with Georgia Tech head coach Brian Gregory. Coach, it's year 2. What's it like? How's it different than, say, year 1?
Well, I think there's a big difference. The returning players are the ones that have bought into what we've been preaching for the last 18 months. They can't kind of understand the core values of what this program is all about and how to go about their daily business, both as students and as players. And they've done a good job of setting the tone for the newcomers. And just day in and day out, those guys understanding the intensity that we have to do everything with has been a big change.
They've got to be fired up with the new pavilion, McCamish Pavilion, opening up, right? It's a shiny new home for you guys.
Beautiful new home, state-of-the-art, great basketball venue just in terms of not only for us to play in with the theatrical lighting and the Jumbotron and all the bells and whistles that the new arenas have, but it also has, you know, still a connection to the great tradition of our program. And with the way the arena has been set up, not a bad seat in the house. The students are right on the court. So it's going to be a great home court venue for us. And
the fans will get to see a team that returns all 5 starters. I think about 80% of your points from last year are back. You feel like you guys are built now to build on last year? There's
no question. Our last 8 games of the ACC, we played our best basketball of the year, our best team basketball, our best defensive basketball. And that's something that we need to build on. And I think, like I said, our returners built on that in the spring and summer. And when you add the new pieces to it, we're going to improve in the areas that we struggled at. We really struggled in terms of taking care of the ball and creating shots for each other. That's an area we have to get much better at. And we struggled at times in terms of just making some shots and making some open shots, good execution, but not being able to finish plays. I think our veterans, our returners have gotten better at that, and I think our newcomers are going to help us in that as well.
You just have one senior, Mufon Udofia. Talk about his role on the team as a leader.
Well, I think you can't underestimate how important him having a great senior year is for our team, and a lot of different reasons. One, his position as a point guard. Last year was his first year that he played that position exclusively, and I thought he grew as the year went on, playing his best basketball the last 8 games, a 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio, better command of the game, better command of being able to stay steady when adverse situations hit during the court. You can't underestimate that for your point guard, to remain calm and understanding what needs to be done next. And I thought he just did a tremendous job, and I think he's grown since then. I think he understands the challenge that's in front of him as a senior, as a captain, as the point guard, in making sure that not only every possession during the game, but every day in practice, that we're working on one thing, and that's keep getting better.
Now you have 2 great freshmen coming in, Marcus Hunt and Robert Carter. Your team is almost virtually entirely from Georgia. Now, is that important for you to keep kids at home, or do you say we need to recruit more nationally?
Well, I think a little bit of both. I think your first step is to make sure that you build a fence around the state and keep the best players in state. The situation with the state of Georgia, there's so many great players. I think within a 2-hour radius of our campus, 26 or 27 basketball players signed with BCS programs or high major programs. So that's a lot of talent. And so we were fortunate to have a top 20 recruiting class in our first class without ever leaving the state of Georgia. Now, Georgia Tech and the city of Atlanta does create a situation where you can recruit nationally. 1, because of the academics. 2, because of the great city that we are part of. And so we're never going to limit ourselves. But at the same time, if one of the best players that fits what we do, not just as a player but as a person, is close by, then we're going to make a serious run for him.
Brian Gregory, the head coach at Georgia Tech, 11-20 in year 1, expecting better things in year 2. Thanks for joining us here on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.